Turn my screen off 1 second.
Okay, there we go. We're on the Spread Option Pod. We're doing an early Big Ten preview because life comes at us fast. I'm Tony. The next voice you'll hear is Ben.
Yes, life can come at you very fast. How you doing, Tony? You hanging in there?
I'm hanging in there in the heart of Texas. But we won't be doing the SEC today. We will be doing the Big Ten. We will be doing. Are we going to start with Ohio State? We must do. We
Why? We should
must.
start with the national champs. That's disrespectful.
We'll start with the champions who are only returning 56% of their championship production, missing their Heisman quarterback. The Hoosiers are plus 250 to win the Big Ten, and they are looks like
Which,
10 and a
which is
half, juiced
which is
under.
which is number 2 in the odds, right?
Yes, yes, behind Ohio State. Yes, number two in the odds behind Ohio State. I mean, them and Oregon look like the same tranche, but yeah, exactly. So yeah, Indiana not returning a lot. Obviously, if you give them a win total of 10 and a half, you're saying that their new quarterback Hoover is gonna sort of step in and give us Mendoza type production, I would think. Does that seem reasonable to you? Because that doesn't sound right to me.
No, no. I'm probably gonna get burned here, but I think Indiana is gonna be a good fade candidate. So what's the 10.5 under juice?
Minus 125 on CA.
That seems pretty cheap. That might be something we want to look at or shop around for. Um, so let's go through their. Do you want to go through their schedule or talk about some
Okay.
other things first?
No, no, we can hop into the schedule first. Okay,
Okay.
let me pull that up. Here we go. Wait, why am I seeing last year's schedule?
Well, it's because you don't know
Fudge.
how to Google.
I mean, you know something? Like most hardworking Americans, I do use my, GPT as my Google. Like, I don't really even like
Yeah.
fucking properly. Yeah,
Yeah. If anything is slightly complicated, I now use Claude.
yeah. It's just okay. Now I've got the. All right, here we go. 2026. We start off with a lot of home games. It would seem. Home to North Texas, home to Howard, home to the Hilltoppers, and home to Northwestern. Well, that would seem like a quick 4-0, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Exactly. So.
At Rutgers, could lose it, but probably wouldn't.
Mm-mm.
At Nebraska, I suppose that's eminently losable. Home to Ohio State, very losable. At Kyle Whittingham's Michigan Wolverines, could be a tough out. So
Yeah.
already we got them under 10.
Exactly. So. Um, you know what I've been doing for all these past years is I average out Sagarin numbers. And what I had been doing is averaging the last 4 years, but I decided this year just to average the last three. Basically, that's all of the NIL and portal era is in the last 3 years, 25, 24, 23. So these numbers here really don't love Indiana nearly as much as the market because Sagarin has Indiana power rated at about 100, whereas here it's at 83.7 because it's again an average of the last 3 years where they're 100, 85, and then a 65, right? So we should probably think about them a little bit higher. Even if we think Indiana is going to regress, we should probably think of them closer to, I don't know. Let's look at something that's closer to comparable. So if we're going to say Indiana is like a touchdown worse, which they probably could be, a touchdown worse is like a smidge worse than last year's power rating, a smidge worse than Oregon, basically. So it's still a very good team, right? But so according to these numbers, I think they just kind of indicate potentially where it could be a little bit of a stickier spot for Indiana. And again, these numbers aren't as heavily weighted last year. So in these numbers, basically they're gonna cream most of their opponents, but the places where they're underdogs, again according to these numbers, are at home to Ohio State, which probably will be closer to a pick 'em, I would guess. Um, Home to Ohio State, on the road at Michigan, and then on the road at Washington. Um, in addition, spreads, again, using these numbers, spreads that would be inside a touchdown would be home to USC, at Nebraska, and at Nebraska. Rutgers would be just a little bit outside a touchdown. So that's what I think is like all within the realm of losable. But I think even though we like Minnesota, generally speaking, we're going to have to say that that's not Minnesota going at Indiana is a losable game. We can't assume that's a losable game for Indiana. So we have Ohio State, Southern Cal, Michigan, Nebraska, and Washington. 5 spots where they could really trip up. Like, is that fair?
I mean, I think that's reasonable.
Right. And
That's perfectly reasonable.
so what the market is saying is they're only going to lose 2 out of 5 there, right? And have no trip ups at Rutgers or home to Minnesota, right?
Right? Yeah, and that's saying a lot. That's saying a lot about Hoover. I don't know. I thought he was all right. I definitely like the way that the team rallied around him being a furry and all.
Yeah. Allegedly.
I
We
mean,
don't want
but
to
you
get
know,
sued.
well, I mean, well, first of all, thankfully, this is a free country, so you can't sue us for free speech on the internet. So, I mean, so far, we're still a free country.
So
Anyway,
far.
you know,
A couple other things I want to highlight. Okay, so they have a tricky schedule. They had a tricky schedule last year. Fine, right?
but Mendoza was cooking. Like,
But
so
Mendoza
Getty
was
had it
cooking.
working. Had it working.
Exactly. So here's a couple things I don't think work in their favor. Okay, so they had 7 players drafted in the NFL last year, and then 6 undrafted free agents. That is a lot of high quality talent, including the Heisman Trophy winner.
Mhm.
That's a lot of high quality talent to leave any team, let alone Indiana. Do you want to take a guess? When was the last time Indiana had 7 players drafted?
Oh, fuck off. I
It's a trick
probably
question.
like
It's never
fucking
happened.
like
It's never
okay.
happened.
I
They
was
had
gonna say something like
6.
probably the first draft, like
Yeah, they had
1950 or whatever.
6 in 1976. So,
There we
um,
go.
and a lot of the discussion about the reason why Indiana was so good is because of their continuity. Their continuity, how old they are. Well, um, they're losing that continuity and top tier talent. A couple other things that we should highlight. So Bill Connolly did this which teams were lucky thing analysis. There's a couple things that he added in here, but this is one that I really wanted to highlight. Um, he looked at lineup consistency. Um, and lineup consistency looks at what he's trying to capture here is how many teams were injured. There's like not a solid database of injuries, but so therefore he looked at how many times did the starting roster change. Indiana had the third most consistent roster in college football last year. If you remember, like a lot during the playoff, they were talking about how they never rotated guys on defense. Does that ring a bell?
Of course.
I certainly remember that. So
Yes.
we're losing that consistency, and then also like I guess a lot of times a lot of guys that didn't get a lot of playing time are going to have to step up. Um, And also, Indiana had the best turnover margin of any team in college football last year, averaging plus 1.5 turnovers per game. Is number one in the country. So we're losing our consistency. We're losing our Heisman Trophy quarterback. There was some turnover luck here. You know, they got really lucky to win that Penn State game. They won on the final drive. They could have easily lost to Iowa in that Ohio State game in the Big Ten championship. Ohio State missed a field goal, if you remember. They didn't convert on fourth and goal. Um, like, not to discount Indiana, but I don't think, like, so if they're rated in Sagarin at 100, like, what a lot of people are going to do is probably not drop their power rating down too significantly. Maybe by a touchdown, maybe not. But I think we're going to get them overvalued, especially early in the year if they're freaking teabagging North Texas, Howard, Western Kentucky, and Northwestern. So come like in the middle of the season, they're probably going to be quite overvalued, and that's when we're going to look to fade Indiana in these big matchups.
I think so, right? People are going to naively bet on the defending champions, who are, presumably undefeated heading to Lincoln
Mm-hmm.
or home to Ohio State, and yeah, that'll be a pretty good spot, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
I
So.
yeah, I understand people who are counting on Signetti to be a genius, but also people like the defense gets paid too. People have fucking like seen this guy, you know? They've seen this
Exactly.
guy. Like there's some other people in the conference have ideas. Um,
Yeah.
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 Also, yeah, I like USC to beat him. USC is probably gonna beat him.
Yeah.
But
So
yeah,
we're going to have a couple opportunities to fade them. And let's.
I mean, yeah. I mean, and also let's also be very clear. Like these are going to be tougher games than the big. I mean, tougher defenses than the Big 12 defenses, which were pretty much like all bad last year, basically. Um, like anyway, all right then. Sorry, though. Well, I mean, I don't think we're going to bet on either that win total or that 250 to win the Big Ten. They're uh they're 700 plus 700 to defend their title. I don't know how you feel about that. Like yeah, I don't feel good about that either. Um, that's yeah, I would love to see that one. Yeah, that would be because that'd probably be some plus money there. That'd be a good one. We would yeah, we'd feel good about that. Um, all right, all right. Next one up. Ohio State, the Buckeyes, the favorite to win the conference, plus 180, but 9.5 on the win total, which I'm going to assume is about that they're having a tougher schedule. I mean, the juice is to the over though, so it's one of those tricky ones. They really they would have set it at 10 even if they could have, right? But okay, which whom they host this year. Like they have to go to Southern California on Halloween. That is a challenging trip. That's probably the toughest road game. I'm gonna go ahead and fade that. I'm gonna fade that, sir. bad. They're gonna be bad. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, but go on with the 10 wins. I think 10 wins makes sense, right? Because like unless you think they could lose to Nebraska, that's gonna be a hell of a Nebraska team. I'm telling you that much. That's gonna be a hell of a fucking Nebraska team. You know? Yeah, I don't know. Right. Yeah. I mean, probably not, right? Even an undefeated Oregon is probably not going to be a favorite in the horseshoe. Yeah, that's true, right? Like, I mean, I think Saint's going to be better this year. I think I think I think Saint is going to be able, even if the Ohio State defense isn't as good this year. I think the young quarterback can pick him up. No, I mean I know they brought in, but doesn't Ryan Day call the plays anyway? I guess you're right. Ah, geez, Arthur. Well, Chipwich is a guru, so that's different. That's different. But okay, geez. Well, Arthur's lost a lot of big games, so maybe he's learned some lessons from those defeats in the past. Hmm. I I like saying though. I like him. He's got the quarterback, features. He's got the prototypical features. Like, I mean, I don't understand how Miami beat them last year. I don't remember that game particularly well, but I don't understand how they got fucking knocked out of the playoffs. Miami knocked them out, right? Am I remembering that right? Yeah. How did Miami fucking knock? Was that game in Miami or something? Okay. Motherfuck. Yeah. This, look, I do remember being disappointed in saying. I remember being like, this kid's got a lot to learn. Yeah, I fucking bet on them. Yeah, I remember losing. I remember losing. Like, I don't understand. I feel like maybe Cristobal figured out something about the freshman quarterback. That, let's see what he does as a sophomore. After a pick six. That sucks. That really sucks. Well, still in all, the Ohio State, yeah, Ohio State looks like they could be in the spot where they're low key rebuilding on defense. So Ohio State looks like a vulnerable favorite. But for me, they got the best quarterback in the conference for sure. I mean, you could, I guess you could argue with me about a resurgent Dante Moore, but mm, that's fair. No, I mean Ryan Day has taken what Urban Meyer built and clearly improved upon it. He has clearly made a pipeline of excellence across the field on both sides of the line of scrimmage and yeah, at the skill positions, yeah, all around. Um, all right then. I guess we can't really bet on the Buckeyes either. Although let's just look at their schedule real quick. Okay, so home Ball State, easy winner. At Texas, that'll be lined close, but I feel like that's going to come out to be an easy winner. home Kent State, home to Illinois, at Iowa. So we're 5-0. Home to Maryland, 6-0. At Indiana, gonna be lined close, but don't like the chances. 7-0, headed to USC. Could be a banana peel. And then they got Oregon at home the next week. Like, you know what it is? I like betting on home teams on Halloween. That's also part of why I like USC in this spot. That I know that shit would be at Circa, but I can't open my Circa app right now. Maybe in that specials area, try it. I don't know. Um, oh wait, I don't see any specials. Well, didn't they just fucking win in Eugene last year? So I mean, fuck it. Oh fuck me. Okay, my bad. Well, they're all right. Well, DraftKings will give you plus 170 for them to lose one game, for them to go over 10 and a half. And then yeah, they are the favorites to win it all. They are plus 650 to win it all. The Irish just behind them at plus 700. Then the Ephraim Richard Hoosiers plus 750. I mean, I see them winning every game, so like yeah, it's hard to imagine them slipping up twice. Like, I mean, even if they lost the quarterback, like, there's no way there's nothing behind saying. Like, this is fucking Ohio State, for Christ's sake. Um, plus 180 to win the Big Ten. So just 10 cents more. It's kind of the same price. All right, then. Let's get on to my team to win the Big Ten. Oregon plus 260 to win the conference, 8-1 to win the championship, 10.5 on the win total. And they bring back Dante Moore. They bring back, of course, their head coach. And I like their style. I usually like Oregon's style. They're bringing back 2/3 of their production from last year. I like their style. 260. They just they just got to win on the road at Ohio State to cinch this up. And I bet you they're going to get less than fucking 260 in that game. I bet you they're going to be like plus 150 on the money line. It's going to be like plus 3, plus 150, some shit like that. Ooh, that's a sweet one. Yeah. That's right. It can be a rematch. Hey, that's right. Yeah, if they, yeah, it could work out that it'd be a rematch, even if they lost at the shoe. Which, which, I mean, let's be. First of all, wait, no, no, they're hosting Michigan. Yeah, yeah, they're at USC early in the season, but I don't think that's as tough a trip for the Ducks. Yeah, well, they'll be at the shoe too. They got to visit the Trojans and they got to visit the shoe. Yeah, but yeah. Mm, yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah, no, they're gonna they start the season, they are really gonna put it on teams. Home Boise at the Pokes, home to FCS Portland State. They are gonna put it on these teams. Really. They are, yeah. This is no, this is gonna be Lanning's worst offensive line, at least to start the season. Yeah, for sure. Also, I guess he lost both his coordinators. So I guess yeah, but at least he kept it in the family though, right? It looks like yeah, he kept so it's guys who are on Oregon last year are the coordinators at least. Hmm. All right then. All right. You know what? Quack quack though. Fucking quack quack. They're gonna be fucking good. They're gonna be fucking good. And they're actually yeah, they're gonna be undefeated heading to Ohio State. And they're gonna be like catching three. That's how this shit's gonna go down. And it's yeah, it's gonna be a great game. That game is on the week after Halloween. Right, of course. Yeah, yeah. It's the very next week. Okay. Yeah, we honestly, yeah, we're honestly quacking. I mean, Lanning's a hell of a coach. It's okay for us to be fans of Dan Lanning. He's doing a great job. Um, hmm yeah, they're serious. Yeah, they're not fucking around. Love Phil Knight. All right. All right, here we go. USC, dark horse this year. Coach Riley bringing back Mayava under center. 14-1 to win the conference. Wait, Gary Patterson is their new defensive coordinator? Dude, I'm going to fuck with the Trojans at 14-1. Let's go. Lincoln Riley is not a good coach actually. Like let's just get that straight. Like he's not like one of those guys who goes to the chalkboard and draws up a play. He doesn't fucking yeah. Yes. At Wisconsin looks like that's going to be the week before Halloween. Those are tough road trips. Those are tough road trips going to Happy Valley and then the very next week. Oh no, it's a buy. Okay, they go to Happy Valley, buy, and then to Camp Randall. All right, well that's better. That's better though. Mm, yeah, no, this is kind of a tough schedule. Yeah, it's kind of a tough fucking schedule. Yeah, now that we look at it. Okay. Mm, mm. Really? Well, I think we'll be in the Trojans business if that's the actual spread. All right. I mean, the market's 8.5, just to be clear. But yeah, no, I hear you. I just no, that's no, that's entirely fair. I just wanted to say that. But no, I mean, the market is with you though. The 8.5 is juiced under. So like people would be talking about this thing falling, yeah, falling 8-ish. Gee whiz. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, of course. Yeah, that's true. That's yeah, I guess that puts a little cold water on that 14-1. All right, let's keep yeah. Well, hang on. Before we get into any longer shots, Michigan is at the same price point. Is it going to be the Wolverines with Kyle Whittingham leading them? Oh, okay. All right. Well, real quick, Michigan 15-1 to win the conference. They likewise are 8.5 on the win total. More juiced under though, more juiced under than USC. And I guess Kyle Whittingham says he's going to roll with Bryce Underwood again. Um, Interesting. I would have thought Kyle Whittingham would have brought a quarterback with him. Uh, well, look, he's a hell of a coach. His teams are always tough and physical, and I guarantee you the Wolverines will be better in December than they are in September. No, no, no. They go to the shoe for the rivalry game. They also visit, yeah, yeah, Eugene. Okay. So nobody thinks the Sooners could beat them in week 2. Yeah, I would have thought it'd be a close line. Damn. All right. Yeah, they could lose to this. All right, but yeah, so close line. They could lose to the Sooners in principle, to the Hoosiers, to Oregon, and to Ohio State, and then yeah. Yeah, that would be 8-4 right there. Yeah, that'd be 8-4 right there. Yeah, yeah, no, he's a good coach. I mean, and it's good for him because look, Utah isn't gonna do it. Utah isn't gonna. Yeah, they're not gonna invest in a team that's gonna win it all. Um, Michigan will. Like, but I don't know about bringing back Underwood. I'm not bullish on him at all. Oh, my sweet life. I mean, look, Whittingham can work with a running quarterback. So, like, that's true. But still, in all, he could work with a better quarterback. Okay, that's fair. Yeah, that's totally fair. Nor I. A tough end to the season at Oregon, home UCLA at Ohio State. That's a lot. Oh, okay. Okay, everyone else is more than 20-1. I guess Penn State and Washington are kind of close in the odds, and then we get a real drop off. Um, do you think Matt Campbell could do something with the 20-1 Nittany Lions? Mm. I mean, to be fair, their win total is 8.5. Um, yeah, yeah. Mm. Well, okay, well, hang on for a second. Yeah, we were looking more for 9 wins. I would have thought the market's thinking 9 wins, but I agree, 10 isn't that far from nine, and and if they were to only lose to say they only lost to Michigan and USC and won the rest of their games, would that be enough to give them like the 11th or the 12th seed? I think that's a definite maybe. I don't know if it's guaranteed. I think it's a maybe. Um, that's right. A win in Seattle against the ranked Huskies would be a real feather. To win they are 20 to 1 to win the conference, my good friend. 20 to 1. Yes, indeed. Uh, I think Coach Campbell will be hard pressed to go. I think he'll be hard pressed to go over his win total. But I do think it's good that he brings Becht with him. I think that's going to help. That's an even better price. Hello, hello, Penn State. I mean, I'll say Matt Campbell's a winner, so they got that going for him. He's a good coach. I would have thought he would stay in Ames, but it was a siren song. And actually, yeah, we were just talking about the Huskies. The Huskies 25 to 1 to win the conference. They're 7.5 on the win total. They bring back Demond Williams under center, the same coaching staff as last year. I still didn't think they were going to be on the upswing this year. They also have to visit Lincoln. Yeah. Yeah, you see, no, because this is like Jed Fish took on a project, and this is they're still on the upswing of the project here. Yeah, the Huskies are not, they're not going to be super backable. We might get some prices week to week, but they're not super backable. Um, okay, now everyone else is a long shot, so we can take any of these teams you like. Nebraska at what is this, 120 to 1. They bring in the UNLV quarterback Calandria to replace Raiola. Um, so maybe could the Huskers make a run? Definitely not, he says. Okay, fair. But they host two of them at least. Jesus. The Cornhuskers. That's one was that did they already fired Pelini by that point though at least, right? that must don't tell me. God damn it. Oh my God, they're so frustrating. They are so frustrating. Well, okay. Well, I'm gonna tell you that's not far off. That's not far off. I mean, market 6.5. I mean, I'm gonna tell you, you think they'll start off a good 4-0. You think they could win against Ohio, Bowling Green, North Dakota, and at Sparty, like, and then they host Maryland. Like, I mean, can't they start 5-0? Like, you know, like it's like and then they just got to like pick up a win somewhere on the road at Illinois, at Rutgers. Just pick up a win at Iowa. Like Nebraska brings back a lot of production from last year. I mean, the quarterback changeover notwithstanding. Maybe Matt Rule might cook something up though. Hmm. Okay, we got disconnected. I hope that what we recorded up to did get uploaded. Okay, okay, good, good. You were saying about Nebraska. Mm. Oh man. Well, it'll be another year waiting for joy for the Black Shirts fans. All right, what else we got here? Iowa 60-1. They got a quarterback. They're gonna bring out a kid named Heklinski. That can't be the right name. That can't be right. Heklinski. No, that doesn't sound like a good quarterback. Yeah, it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good. Yeah, and they got some tough road games, you know. But yeah, but still at all, they should have moved on from Ferentz. This would have been a good year to move on from him. Like this program is entering a period, entering like a fugue state. Listen, mm, what does Purdue have? Yeah, that's true. What do they have? They have nothing. They have nothing. They have nothing. They are awful. This though is his worst team since we've been doing the pod. But that's true. They seemed unbackably bad. Um, yeah, not returning a lot of production from last year, 44% from last year, but you know what? That might be neutral. Um, yes, you know what? If the Hawkeyes stay strong in the trenches, they can be competitive on their 7.5 win total. Yeah. Speaking of Bielema, Coach Bielema's side, 100 to 1 to win the conference. Bringing in Hauser to replace Altmaier. Where did Hauser play last year? That's right. He was a Pirate. All right, bringing in the Pirates quarterback to take over. Um, we'll see about that. I bet you he's worse than Altmaier was. Yeah. Yeah, that was a close game. I mean, I guess you're right. 8-4 is doable. It is. So, all right. Yeah, it could happen for the Illini backers. I mean, I would lean under, but yeah, it could happen. I buy it. All right, I buy that. They should definitely go bowling. Like, yeah, yeah, they should, yeah. Also, Bielema's done a good job here, so yeah, I wouldn't fade him to go bowling. All right, we talked about Nebraska. Whiskey 150 to 1. Who's this quarterback? Who's Colton Joseph? I don't like that. They didn't do great last year. They didn't do great last year. I don't like that. They also didn't do great last year. They also didn't do great last year. I don't like that. Oh, I don't like that. That's, is he really? I mean, Fickle hasn't had a good quarterback since he's been, or fine, whatever. Yeah, yeah. He might have had a guy who was rated, but yeah, he hasn't had a good quarterback. If he got good quarterback play, like you might see what he could build. But I mean, I'm surprised they didn't sack him. I would have thought they would fire him for sure. You know what? He's definitely going to be fired if he doesn't take this team bowling. Yeah, that's for damn sure. This team does have to go bowling. Yeah. Yeah, man. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, this is a really soft schedule. Okay. All right. Well, let's see. I mean, because I look at Luke Fickle and I think, he's like the fucking like Mike Vrabel of the college ranks. I mean, not like hooking up with reporters. Not like hooking up with reporters. I mean, just like, you know, just a dude who takes care of the blocking and tackling, and like is a good tactical leader and shit. Um. Oh, okay. We'll skip right after Maryland. Maryland, by the way, 500 to 1. Just to be clear. With total 4.5. What do you think of Coach Loxley's team? Mm. I mean, they got punished last year. I mean, no, yeah. It's like, are we returning the defense that got rolled the fuck up? Because, like, are they going to be better? Does Loxley have a track record of seasoning defensive young men? I don't know about any of this. This all seems like, yeah, it seems like a tough spot. I don't emphasize the returning production for a team who's 500 to 1 to win the conference. It's not helpful. What if I mean, we got a handful of new coaches in the conference, so yeah, they're probably not going to get fired, right? Like, you ain't gonna fire Whittingham, fucking Matt Campbell. Oh, Bob Chesney, Riley could get fired. Well, I mean, he's got to wear out his welcome at some point with his bullshit. Like he's always on his bullshit. But Mayav has got moxie, so we could see what Southern Cal could do. Um, and Southern Cal, I do rate for their returning production, obviously, because they've like got guys. Uh-huh. That must be an insane price. Hmm. That's a good point. He must have played well again those high-profile games, and they would have been on TV early enough that the Heisman voters hadn't gone to sleep already. But I feel like they still sleep on USC because too many games kick off at 10:30. Like I'm sleepy. That's right. That's right. He did bring Caleb with him. Never forget that. Um, yeah, I dig that. That makes sense to me. We'll try and find a price for that. Uh, UCLA. I mean, I was just about to Google Heisman odds, but no, no, I got you though. But fucking a. Where was I gonna go with this? Oh yeah, fucking UCLA. Fucking Iamaleava returns. He didn't try to do a contract shakedown again. So like we could say he learned his lesson from last year. No, they bring in Bob Chesney of what is that, James Madison fame. Okay, so he's like maybe a bit of a guru, maybe, maybe a little bit. Like that's interesting. 200 to 1 is a lot. Um, Win total, you know, 5.5 juiced over, 6.5 juiced under. Yeah, we'll call it six. Um, can a UCLA find their way to winning 6 games? Is that incredible? I can't believe they start the season with fucking Cal. That's sick. That's a really sick opener. Right? It's very winnable. Oh, you know what? Mayav not even that attractive. He's only 27 to 1 to win the Heisman on fucking FanDuel. Not even that attractive. Uh, but anyway, yeah. I think UCLA. Yeah, no, I think UCLA win total. I mean, I guess it is. Yeah, you're right. It's almost twice as good as 14 to 1. Fair enough. But no, what we were talking about, I was like, in my mind's eye, I was like, oh, we're gonna get 60 to 1, 75 to 1. You know what I mean? Anyway, no, UCLA over that 5.5 might be a smooth move. Maybe Chesney's a winner, and maybe the schedule lines up for them reasonably well. It's gross though to start at Cal. That's a big game. That is a big fucking game. And that's his first game as coach of the team. Like Jesus fucking Christ. Like you could piss. That's right. Both teams. Yeah, both teams. It's a huge game for both coaches. Oh my God, the winner of that has really set himself up on a much better trajectory than the loser of that. Like everyone's gonna be really pissed at the loser of that game. And you said the line was close, so the line was like a point, 1.5. Yeah, like that's big game. Oh my goodness. They're starting that shit. That's week one. That's the first Saturday in September. UCLA at Cal. Fucking hey. Who makes these schedules? Okay. Home to San Diego State, home to Purdue. Better to host Purdue. You can whoop up on them. Yeah. And then at Maryland, at Oregon, horrible. Home to Whiskey, home to Sparty, home to Nevada, Reno. Can you got to win two of those? Well, at least one. You got to win one of those, you motherfucks. At Mini, home Illinois, at Michigan, home. That's a torrid finish. Okay, they might not get to 6 wins. All right, fuck it, motherfucking Bruins. All right. Who else we got here? Oh, Minnesota brings back Drake Lindsay. We always liked him. Well, don't fuck with PJ in a bowl game. Like that's not even like a discussion. Like don't fuck with him. Like especially the teams they've matched up against in the last 3 years. It's been like no way. It's just like the total was fucking like 33, and it was just Minnesota and the under, easiest bet in the world. Um, but that sounds right. We should be really cheerful about taking them as home dogs to Mississippi State in week two. Yeah, those are good home dog spots. Yeah, fuck that shit. Yeah, no, people don't know what they're getting into. I like it. They got a good situation. They are Minne- Minnesota is always better than the headline. Like I'm surprised that their win total's 5.5. People are like they might not go bowling. They're gonna fucking go bowling. Get fucked. Yo, fuck that. They're not dogs home to Iowa. They're definitely dogs at Indiana at Penn State for show. They're not dogs home to Iowa. Sir, you're making a scene. Yeah, yeah, definitely don't close anything. Like, but no, look, no way. Oh my goodness. But I want to say like Drake Lindsay, he was not good, but he was good in the plays they needed him to be good at. Like he was a spot performer, and but like timely though, because you could be cromulent and just always like get that shit tipped on third down. He was timely. Like he had a sense of time and place. PJ's a winner. I can't believe this. Yeah, this win total looks wrong to me. The best bet might be mini over 5.5 wins. That might be the best bet. Like they're going fucking bowling. You, you know, like and PJ Fleck bringing back a quarterback who's not a loser. Nah, they're gonna go bowling. Like, it was. Oh wait, let me go back. It was like 125, was it? Hang on, one second. Let me just pull this shit. I got I got frozen out of it. I was going off of memory. Yeah, 125. Yeah, right? Yeah, man. Um, okay. That might be the best bet. Yeah. Over 5.5. Minnesota. Uh let's see. Who else we got here? Did you want to go to North Rutgers? You want to go to Rutgers next? Rutgers, stop it. Is Rutgers literally 1,000 to 1? Stop it. If you bet $100, you would get $100,000 for Rutgers to win. Stop it. That's actually hilarious. People if people just did that on principle, I wouldn't hate them. Um are they who's the quarterback of Rutgers? What's his name? Fucking Lonergan. Yeah, we got Lonergan. Okay, we got Lonergan. Here we go. No, my screen just froze for a second, but I remember reading it. We got Lonergan in, total 4.5. Coach Shiano, 1,000 to 1 to win the conference. Sir. Okay, keep going. Go on. So which games are they gonna win? It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. Yeah. It's gonna be tough. That's also gonna be tough. Home to Nebraska. I think that people would definitely not think Southern California is gonna lose on the road to them. I think people would probably question their ability to win at Camp Randall. Um, so the win total is 4.5. Juice to the over though. That we can, oh my sweet life. We're gonna give out Rutgers. Jesus Christ. We're gonna give out Rutgers. Gesundheit. God damn it. Okay. Okay then. Don't start with me. They're not gonna win 7 fucking games. Don't. Or actually, if they did, you would have been better served just rolling the money lines. Or actually, fuck rolling, flat betting. They're gonna be huge dogs in many of these games. They're gonna be like. This will be Coach Shiano's finest hour if he takes this team to a 7-5 record. Probably at the yeah, at the Terrapins. Yeah. We will have a justly deserved reputation as fucking donkeys if we give out Rutgers. I just want to say that right now. But fine, I can't argue with you with logic. It's just it feels wrong to be pro Rutgers. But maybe you're right. It does. I can't argue with the logic of it all. It's probably an over. God damn it. He actually kind of is though. He like I mean, if the players aren't, like professionals, yeah, he's good for like a semi-professional squad. Yeah. God help us. Very well. Rutgers over five. What was the juice again? Over 5.5 plus what? Over 5.5 plus 125. Oh, God bless it. All right, good deal. Admittedly, yes, because we know they have like a good coach. But anyway, good deal. Yeah. Gophers, Scarlet Knights. There we go. All right. What teams have we left off? Northwestern. Northwestern with Aiden Childs coming in under center. Chipwich is the new offensive coordinator. Interesting setup for the Wildcats. I think Chipwich isn't like living in Evanston compared to, living in like Columbus or Los Angeles. I mean, Evanston's not really Chicago. Evanston's more like Westchester. As Westchester is to New York, Evanston is to Chicago. I don't, but yeah, I don't think Chipwich would want to live in the city either. But Evanston is a chill suburb. It's bucolic. I think Chipwich will like living there compared to living in LA or living in Columbus, Ohio. I think yeah, goodbye Columbus. Like that's what I think. Like I think Evanston works. I mean Chicago. Like no. Well, listen. I listen. We have 33 subscribers. I want to believe one of them will recognize that. Now I want to press onward. I think I think that it's I think that's a better lifestyle. I think that Chicago, from the standpoint of a business traveler, is probably a bit on the lame side. But like, oh, you were just hanging out, really? I'm surprised. I would have, okay. Ah, I'm concerned you spent a lot of time inside the loop. Then you're like in the downtown area. I feel like if you had like fucked with the neighborhood bars or if you had went to the fucking like the like neighborhood, you would have had fun. Okay, Wrigley View Lakeville has some fun spots, so I feel like you could have had fun there. Um, well, I mean, well, they have the options trading market, so that's a thing. That's cool. The Mercantile Exchange. They got they, oh yeah, we'll finish up here. Northwestern, yeah. That is damning. That's very tough. Well, surely home to the Jackrabbits of South Dakota State. But I guess you didn't count FCS. Your numbers didn't count that your numbers said the Jackrabbits are gonna win. I fucking love that. Oh my god, let's fucking go. I bet you they're dogs in week one. Yeah, Jackrabbits at Evanston. I bet you they're dogs. Yeah, we're gonna be on that money line. Oh, hippity hoppity. Fuck yeah. Let's fucking go. They look pretty fucked. This is a bad spot. Well, well, at least they got Ryan Day's son to come to Northwestern. So Chipwich can hold him hostage, Game of Thrones style. Um, Michigan State also exactly. Fucking Marcella Lannisters. Michigan State also 501. Sparty bringing in the Northwestern coach Pat Fitzgerald, who he wasn't done in by a Me Too, right? Well, how'd they get him? Hazing. That's right. Yeah, they got him on condoning the hazing that he went through. Well, you know something? I think Fitz is going to bring all that hazing to Sparty, and Sparty's going to be better for it. Like not this year, yeah, like not necessarily this year, but going forward. Sparty on the win total 3.5. Yep, that makes sense. Um, yeah. That makes perfect sense. They have a quarterback who appears to be called Alessio Milivojevic. That is not a quarterback's name. No, it isn't. That's like a soccer player's name. It's like a midfielder for Internazionale Milano. It's Alessio Milivojevic. Was he good? Yeah, fair enough. Giles is a bum. Right, fair enough. Um, and then last and definitely least, Purdue. Perdon'ts, really. Barry Odom returns as the coach. Okay. Um, they would seem to be thoroughly unbackable. Yeah, they would seem to be quite unbackable. I'm looking at it. I'm like, hmm. That's yeah. Well, you're in touch. At least you're in touch with yourself. All right. Well, all right then. Fine. I don't think that's gonna last not 1 week. I don't think that's gonna last not 1 week. The non-contest count. So okay, so from October onward, could you stay in the Big Ten and the Atlantic Coast Conference exclusively? Probably, because they'll have games. Because you don't stay up that late. So yeah, they'll have games from like noon to 8 p.m. Yeah, yeah. But the temptation's gonna be biting at you. 3:30, the SEC on CBS. Yeah, it's gonna be one of those things. All right then, all right then. So we're giving out Minnesota over 5.5, Rutgers over 5.5, and I guess the juices cancel out. All right, you know what? Fuck it. The Big Ten is in the books. I hope this recording sticks. I'll cry if it doesn't. Yeah, let me hit the stop here.